The windshield shattered like a gunshot in the howling gale, shards of ice exploding inward as Owen's SUV skidded into the drift. A child's scream pierced the chaos. Raw. Animal. The kind that clawed straight into your gut and wouldn't let go. He didn't think, didn't hesitate. He kicked the door open into the wide-out fury, the blizzard swallowing him whole as he charged toward the upside-down sedan 50 yards ahead, his taillights flickering like a dying heartbeat. Owen's boots sank into the snow up to his knees, the wind whipping his face raw. But that scream, it was a hook in his soul, yanking him forward. He reached the wreck first, the twisted metal groaning under the weight of the storm. And there she was, a woman slumped over the wheel, blood streaking her temple, her breath fogging the cracked glass in shallow bursts. In the back, strapped into a car seat, a boy no older than 5 wailed, his tiny fists pounding the air, face smeared with tears and snot. "Hold on, kid," Owen growled through chattering teeth, ripping open the rear door with hands that burned from the cold. "I'm getting you out." He yanked the child free, bundling him against his chest inside his wool overcoat, the boy's sobs vibrating through Owen's ribs like accusations. The mother stirred then, her eyes fluttering open, hazel, dazed, pleading. "My baby. Please." Her voice was a rasp, lost to the wind, but Owen caught it, felt it twist something deep inside him, a phantom ache from a life he'd buried under boardrooms and bourbon. He reached for her, hauling her limp form out as the snow buried the car to its hood, but she was heavy, unresponsive, her pulse fluttering weak under his fingers. Cradling both as best he could, Owen staggered back to his SUV, the world narrowing to the weight in his arms and the storm's relentless roar. By the time he slammed the hazards on and floored it toward the nearest ER 30 miles through zero visibility, his tires chewing slush like a beast, the woman was gone. Just gone. Her head lolled against his shoulder in the passenger seat, the boy's whimpers the only sound breaking the engine's growl. Owen glanced at her in the rearview, her dark hair matted with blood, and something cracked in him, a fissure he'd sealed shut years ago. He didn't know her, not really, but those eyes. Christ, those eyes haunted him. He radioed for an ambulance on his sat phone, voice steady as steel because that's what CEOs did. They fixed crises, no matter how personal. But as the hospital lights pierced the blizzard like a beacon, Owen gripped the wheel tighter, whispering to the kid asleep on his lap. "You're safe now, buddy. Daddy's got you." The ER at Mercy General in downtown Chicago was a madhouse. Gurneys clogging hallways, nurses barking orders over the din of beeping monitors, the air thick with antiseptic and despair. Owen burst through the double doors like a force of nature. The boy clutched to his chest, the woman's body draped over his arm like a fallen flag. "Blizzard wreck on I-90, he snapped to the triage nurse, his voice cutting through the chaos like a boardroom directive. Female, mid-30s, head trauma, no pulse. Kids hypothermic but responsive. Move, they swarmed him, docs in scrubs, hands everywhere, prying the child away as Owen relinquished him with a reluctance that surprised even himself. The boy, Ethan, his car seat tag red, clung to Owen's collar, those big green eyes locking on his with a trust that felt like a gut punch. "It's okay, champ," Owen murmured, brushing a gloved thumb over the kid's frostbitten cheek. "These folks are going to take good care of you." A paramedic took the mother next, wheeling her away under stark fluorescence, but Owen caught the shake of a doctor's head. DOA. dead on arrival. He sank into a vinyl chair in the waiting area, snow melting off his coat in puddles at his feet, the weight of what he'd done or failed to do, settling like lead in his veins. Owen Hargrove, 36, CEO of Hargrove Logistics, the guy who'd built an empire hauling freight across the frozen Midwest, reduced to a soaked mess in a hospital lobby. His phone buzzed incessantly. Missed calls from his exec team, texts about the storm delaying shipments from Milwaukee to Gary. But he silenced it, staring at his hands, smeared with her blood and the kids' melted snow. Who were they? Why did pulling them from that wreck feel like digging up his own ghost? Hours blurred into a numb haze. The storm raged outside, windows rattling like bones in the wind, power flickering as Chicago hunkered down. A social worker found him eventually, clipboard in hand, her face etched with the exhaustion of too many emergencies. "Mr. Hargrove, you the one who brought in the Jane Doe and the minor?" Owen nodded, straightening his tie out of habit. "Yeah. Ethan, right? How's he? Stable. Mild hypothermia, some cuts, but he'll be fine." The mother. "I'm sorry. No ID on her, but we're running prints. You saved that boy's life, literally. Blizzard like this, no one else was coming." He swallowed hard, the praise landing hollow. "Just happened to be there. Heading back from a site visit in Rockford." "What happens to him now?" she sighed, flipping a page. "Foster services will step in once we notify next of kin." Car seat had a sticker. "Ethan Riley, age 5, might be a lead. You got a card or something? For your statement." Owen fished out his business card, the embossed gold logo gleaming under the lights. "Here. Call me if you need anything. And let me know about the kid." She pocketed it with a nod, vanishing back into the fray. Owen lingered, though, drawn like a moth to the pediatric ward's soft glow. Through a window, he saw Ethan curled under crisp sheets, and 4 dripping into his arm, a teddy bear hospital issue, tucked under his chin. The sight hit him sideways, stirring memories he drowned in single malt and spin classes. A life before the corner office, before the betrayals that armored him against feeling too much. It was past midnight when his phone rang again. Not a work line, but the social worker. "Mr. Hargrove, it's Lisa from Mercy. We got a hit on the mother, Claire Riley. And the next of kin. It's complicated. The father's en route. Says he knows you." Owen's blood turned to ice, colder than the gale outside. "Who?" A pause. Then, "Alex Riley." Ring any bells? The name detonated in his chest. A bomb he'd defused a decade ago. Alex. The one who'd carved out his heart with a smile and a lie, then buried it under vows to a woman named Claire. Owen's vision tunneled, the hospital spinning slow. "Yeah," he rasped, voice like gravel. "It rings bells." He didn't wait for an ambulance escort or a cab through the whiteout. Owen grabbed his keys and fought his way back to the SUV, the engine roaring to life as if sensing his fury. The drive was a blur, plows carving lanes through drifts taller than his rig, salt trucks grinding in the distance, Chicago's skyline a ghost in the snow. Alex Riley. After 10 years of radio silence, of Owen clawing his way to the top just to forget the bottom they'd hit together, here he was, crashing back in on the wings of tragedy. Owen parked in the executive lot at Hargrove Tower the next morning. Storm easing to flurries, the city digging out with that gritty Midwestern resolve, and rode the elevator to his penthouse office, the glass walls overlooking Lake Michigan's frozen expanse. His assistant, Mia, hovered with coffee and a tablet. "Boss, the board's antsy about the shutdown." "And you look like hell? Everything okay?" "Fine," he lied, stripping off his coat, the bloodstains faint but accusatory. "Push meetings to noon. And hold my calls. Alone." He paced the corner suite, floor-to-ceiling windows framing a world reborn in white. Alex, the golden boy from their Northwestern days, lacrosse star, poli-sci major, with laugh lines that crinkled just right and hands that mapped Owen's body like uncharted territory. They'd been fire, stolen weekends in Evanston dives, whispered promises under stadium lights, a love that burned hot and hidden in the shadow of frat row homophobia. Then graduation hit, and Alex's family, old money from the Gold Coast, all wasp polish and whispered scandals, demanded the script. Law school, a suitable match, the whole heteronormative charade. Claire had been the knife twist. Sweet, ambitious, a med student who'd idolized Alex's charm. Owen found out via a save-the-date card slipped under his apartment door. No note, just the date circled in red. The wedding was tasteful, episcopal, with Owen watching from the back pew like a ghost, heart excised on the altar. Alex never looked his way, but Owen saw the tremor in his hands, the way his smile didn't reach those hazel eyes. After that, nothing. Owen poured the pain into the family business, turning Hargrove from a trucking outfit into a logistics juggernaut, betting models and execs but never loving again. Alex became a footnote, a scar faded to white. Until now. Owen sank into his leather chair, pulling up LinkedIn on a whim, Alex's profile crisp, partner at a loop firm, devoted father in the bio. A quick Google. Wedding announcement from 15. Birth notice for Ethan in 19. No divorce filings, but a recent obit photo of Claire, smiling at a gala, arm linked with Alex's. Those hazel eyes in Ethan's face, staring out from the hospital window. Owen's son? No, couldn't be. Alex had chosen the lie, the life without him. The intercom buzzed Mia again. "Sir? Social services on line 2. And there's a Mr. Riley here to see you. Says it's urgent." Owen's pulse thundered. "Send him up." The elevator dinged minutes later, and there he was, Alex, snow-dusted topcoat over a rumpled suit, face gaunt under the scruff, eyes bloodshot from grief or guilt or both. He stepped into the office like a man walking the plank, the door clicking shut behind him. "Owen," he breathed, voice cracking on the name like it tasted of ash. "God. Thank you. For Ethan. For Claire." Owen rose slow, fists balled at his sides, the desk a barrier between them. "Don't. Just don't. You here for the kid or to say sorry a decade late?" Alex flinched, hazel eyes, those damn eyes, dipping to the floor. "Both. All of it. I didn't know about the accident until the hospital called at 3 a.m. Claire was driving him to her parents in Milwaukee. Storm snuck up on them. I was stuck in court," he choked, rubbing his face. "She's gone, Owen. And Ethan's asking for his mom. He won't stop crying." The raw edge in Alex's voice sliced through Owen's armor, but he held firm, leaning on the desk. You married her to bury us. To play house. And now, what? You need a logistics king to clean up your mess. No! Alex surged forward, hands slamming the desk. Close enough Owen could smell the familiar cedar cologne mixed with hospital bleach. I married her because I was scared shitless. My dad threatened to cut me off, said I'd end up like Uncle Jack, the family queer who drank himself dead in the 80s. I thought I could do it, be what they wanted. Claire knew, Owen. From the start. She was my beard, my friend. We had Ethan because biology, expectations. But I never stopped. Stop. Owen's voice was ice, but his chest heaved, betrayal and longing warring like the storm outside. You left me bleeding. No call, no letter. Just gone. Alex's eyes welled, tears carving tracks through the exhaustion. I watched you at the wedding. Every second. And it killed me. I've been dying slow ever since, pretending for Ethan, for her. Claire. She got sick last year. Cancer. We kept it quiet. She made me promise to find happiness after. Real happiness. He laughed, bitter, broken. Then this. You saving my son like some goddamn avenging angel. Is fate, Owen? Or karma? I don't know. Owen's throat tightened, the room spinning with ghosts. Ethan, green-eyed, freckled, with Alex's cowlick and maybe, God help him, Owen's stubborn chin. Not his biologically, but in the wreckage of what they'd lost. He felt the pull. What do you want, Alex? Absolution? A check for the funeral? You, Alex whispered, reaching across the desk, fingers brushing Owen's knuckles, electric, forbidden, home. Us. If you'll have it. Ethan's world just shattered. He needs stability. And I need you to forgive me so I can breathe again. Owen jerked back, heart hammering, but he didn't pull away entirely. The city hummed below, oblivious, while up here, on the 52nd floor, two men teetered on the edge of ruin or redemption. This isn't a rom-com, Alex. It's real life. Messy, fucked up life. I know. Alex's hand lingered, warm against the cold glass of the desk. But Ethan's real too. And he deserves better than half a dad haunted by what-ifs. Owen closed his eyes, the blizzard's hush pressing in, and for the first time in years, he let the crack widen just a fraction. Take me to him. They drove in silence through the slush-choked streets, Owen's SUV cutting a path to mercy like a knife through fog. Alex rode shotgun, fiddling with the radio, static mostly, emergency broadcasts droning about road closures and warming centers. The air between them crackled, thick with unsaid words, the kind that could ignite or smother. Owen gripped the wheel, knuckles white, stealing glances at Alex's profile. Sharper now, etched with lines time hadn't been kind to, but still that jaw, that curl of hair falling over his forehead. Christ, he looked good in grief, all raw edges and quiet strength. Ethan was in a sunlit room on the PEDS floor when they arrived, monitors beeping soft, a child life specialist reading him a dog-eared copy of Where the Wild Things Are. The boy perked up at Alex's voice. Hey, buddy, Daddy's here, scrambling into his arms with a sob that twisted Owen's gut. Alex held him fierce, rocking slow, murmuring nonsense about hot cocoa and snowball fights once the storm blew over. Owen hung back in the doorway, anonymous in his cashmere sweater and slacks. But Ethan's eyes found him, those green saucers widening in recognition. "You," the kid said, pointing a chubby finger from the safety of Alex's lap. "You saved me." From the big wind monster. Owen's throat bobbed, and he stepped closer, crouching to eye level, the linoleum cold under his knees. "Yeah, champ. Wind monster's gone now. Just snowmen left to build." Ethan tilted his head, studying him like a puzzle. "You smell like my Uncle Ollie." Smoky and strong. Owen froze. A jolt like lightning. Ollie, his old nickname from Alex's family barbecues, back when he was the college buddy who crashed too many weekends. Alex's gaze met his over the boy's head, loaded with apology and ache. "Uncle Ollie's gonna stick around. Promise." The social worker, Lisa, reappeared with discharge papers, her clipboard a shield against the emotional minefield. Ethan's cleared, mild concussion, but kids bounce back. "Mr. Riley, you'll need to sign for temporary custody." "And Mr. Hargrove." She eyed him, notepad poised. "Your statement checks out. Hero of the hour. But with the mother's passing, we're looping in family services." "Any relation here?" Alex cleared his throat, Ethan dozing against his shoulder. "Owens. Family. Old friends. He'll help with logistics, getting us home, whatever." Lisa nodded, efficient. "All right. I'll fast-track the paperwork. Call if you need resources, grief counseling, that sort of thing." They bundled out into the parking garage, the air crisp with post-storm bite, exhaust plumes hanging like ghosts. Owen's SUV was a beast in the lot, and he buckled Ethan into the booster they'd scavenged from Lost and Found, the kid's tiny hand fisting his sleeve. "Don't go, Ollie." "Not going anywhere," Owen promised, the words tasting like truth serum. Alex's brownstone was in Lincoln Park, Victorian charm crammed between yoga studios and artisanal bakeries, the kind of place that screamed, successful but soulful. Snow blanketed the stoop, untouched since dawn, and Owen shoveled a path while Alex fumbled keys with Ethan on his hip. Inside smelled of vanilla candles and takeout Thai. Life interrupted, toys scattered like shrapnel across the hardwood. Claire's presence lingered. Photos on the mantel, her white coat draped over a chair, a half-finished puzzle on the coffee table. Alex laid Ethan down in his room, dinosaurs on the walls, a nightlight shaped like a fire truck, then emerged ghost pale, sliding down the wall to sit on the floor. "She's everywhere," he said, voice hollow. "We met in torts at UChicago. She was brilliant, Owen. Tough as nails. Knew I was broken from day one. Said she'd help me fake it till Ethan was old enough to understand." Owen lowered beside him, backs to the wall, knees brushing in the narrow hall. "Broken? You weren't broken." "We weren't." Alex laughed, wet and ragged. "I was terrified. Coming out meant losing everything, Dad's firm, Mom's approval, the whole legacy. You were out and proud, building your world. I envied that. Still do." He turned, hazel eyes searching Owen's face in the dim light. "Claire got the diagnosis 6 months ago. Stage 4. She made me swear no pity party. Find your truth, Alex. For Ethan's sake. I was gonna tell her parents after the drive. Ease into custody stuff. Then the storm. Owen's hand found Alex's. Instinctive, the calluses from law briefs rough against his own manicured palm. You couldn't have known. No one could. But you did know. Alex squeezed. Desperate. You pulled them out. My family. Like you always pulled me out, of bad dates, worse hangovers, that closet I hid in. The touch ignited old fires. But Owen tamped it, pulling back gentle. Slow down. Ethan's upstairs. Claire's barely cold. This us, it's a grenade with the pin half out. Alex nodded, deflating. I know. Just stay, tonight. For him. For me. Owen glanced at the stairs, hearing Ethan's soft snores through the monitor on the side table. Yeah. For him. Dinner was improvised, pasta from a box, sauce from a jar. Ethan perched on a booster chattering about the big truck man who fought the snow dragon. Owen played along, exaggerating roars and whooshes, drawing laughs that lit the kid up like Christmas. Alex watched from across the table, fork idle, a soft smile cracking his grief, the first real one Owen had seen. After bedtime stories, Owen reading Goodnight Moon with voices that had Ethan giggling, they cleaned up in loaded quiet, dishes clinking like Morse code. Wine followed, cab from Claire's collection, deep red in stemless glasses. They migrated to the living room, fire crackling in the grate, shadows dancing on exposed brick. Alex curled into the couch corner, knees up, looking smaller than the powerhouse Owen remembered. Tell me about your life, he said, swirling his glass. The Empire. The headlines. Hargrove's Ice King. That's you, right? Conquering winters no one else can. Owen chuckled, low, settling beside him. Not touching, but close enough heat bridged the gap. Headlines sell clicks. It's just trucks and algorithms now. Dad died 5 years back. Left me the reins. Turned it into AI routing. Drone drops for the holidays. Pays for the loft in Streeterville. The occasional gala where I dodge setup attempts from society moms. No one special? Alex's tone was careful, probing. Owen met his gaze, the firelight gilding the tension. Special's a luxury I outgrew. After you. It was easier to keep it surface. Dates? Sure. But love? That's a blizzard waiting to bury you. Alex winced, setting his glass down. I deserve that. More. I wake up some nights, still dreaming of us. That cabin in Door County, summer 14, rain on the tin roof, your head on my chest. I chose wrong, Owen. Scared kid shit. The admission hung, vulnerable, and Owen felt the pull, gravity of old loves, stronger than reason. He shifted, arm draping the couch back, fingers grazing Alex's shoulder. Then why not fight? Call me, show up drunk on my doorstep. Anything. Pride. Shame. All of it. Alex leaned in, forehead to Owen's temple, breath warm. But seeing you with Ethan today is like glimpsing what we could have had. Family. Real. Owen's heart stuttered, the word family a bomb and a blade. Ethan's great. Smart. Tough. Takes after his mom. I bet. He does. Alex's hand covered Owen's on the cushion, tentative. And his dad's. If you'd let him. The kiss started slow, a brush of lips, testing, like thawing ice. Owen pulled back first, breath ragged. Alex, please, Alex whispered, eyes dark with need. One night. Remind me who I am. Owen surged forward then, claiming, the dam breaking in a clash of teeth and tongues, hands fisting shirts as they tumbled back. It was messy, urgent. Alex straddling his lap, grinding down with a moan that echoed their youth. Owen's fingers dug into hips, mapping scars time etched, whispering, missed you against collarbones. They stripped frantic, clothes pooling on the rug, skin to skin before the fire's glow. Alex was all lean muscle now, lawyer's build honed by gym pennants, freckles Owen traced like constellations. Beautiful, Owen murmured, flipping them so Alex arched under him, gasps filling the room. It wasn't gentle. It was reclamation. Owen pinning wrists, thrusting deep with a growl that pulled cries from Alex's throat. Mine, he said, possessive, as Alex shattered, nails raking his back. After, tangled in throw blankets, sweat cooling, Alex traced Owen's jaw. Stay forever? Owen kissed his temple, the lie of dawn creeping through blinds. One step, cowboy. Dawn's coming. But dawn brought reality. Ethan's cries from nightmares, Alex soothing with practiced calm, Owen brewing coffee in a kitchen that felt borrowed. Over mugs, maps unrolled, Claire's funeral in 2 days, a small service at her parents' in the suburbs. They like you, Alex said, stirring sugar. Always did. Called you the reliable one, Owen snorted. Flattery for pallbearers? Truth. Alex's foot nudged his under the table. Come with me. As family. The word again, sticky sweet. Owen nodded, but unease stirred. A whisper of complication, like snow clouds massing unseen. The week blurred. Owen canceling meetings, delegating to Mia with vague family emergency excuses. He crashed at Alex's nightly, bunking on the couch while Ethan claimed his lap for cartoons, the kid's sticky fingers leaving trails on his slacks. Alex worked half-days, drafting Claire's will, fielding calls from her oncology team about final bills. Evenings were theirs takeout on the couch. Ethan conked out early, then stolen hours in Alex's bed, relearning bodies, mapping forgiveness in bites and breaths. But cracks showed. One night, post-love haze, Alex's phone buzzed, his father's number. He silenced it, but Owen saw the flinch. Still talking to the old man? Alex sighed, rolling to face him. Barely. He tolerated Claire. Me? Questionable. After the diagnosis, he offered money. Strings attached. Owen propped on elbow, thumb stroking Alex's stubble. Cut em, then. Ethan's your world now. Wish it were that easy. Alex's eyes shadowed. Legacy's a bitch. But you're right. Time to rewrite the script. Owen kissed him fierce, sealing the vow. Yet doubt nagged. Claire's parents. The funeral. The what-ifs piling like drifts. The service was gray-skied. Presbyterian chapel in Oak Park smelling of lilies and varnish. Claire's folks, Ed and Marlene, silver-haired, hollow-eyed, greeted Alex with hugs, Ethan with tissues. Owen stood sentinel at the pew's end, hand on Alex's knee through hymns, the casket gleaming mahogany under stained glass. Eulogies flowed. Her compassion, her fight, her love for our boys. Marlene pulled Owen aside after, gripping his arm. She spoke of you often. Owen's the rock we'll need. Thank you for everything. Her words landed heavy, puzzle piece slotting wrong. Owen nodded, throat tight, but later, rifling programs in the narthex, a photo slipped, Claire and Alex at their wedding, beaming. Tucked behind, a note in her script, for when you're ready. He still loves you. See, Owen's pulse roared. Ready for what? He pocketed it, unease blooming. That night, back at the brownstone, Ethan down with a fever, post-trauma bug. Pediatrician said. Owen confronted Alex over cold tea in the kitchen. Claire knew. About us. The whole time, Alex paled, nodding slow. Yeah. She found my box, letters from you, photos. Second year of marriage. Didn't blow up. Said, fix it or live with it. I chose wrong. Again. But the note, Owen slid it across the table. She planned this? Us? Alex read, crumpling it gentle. No. She hoped. Wanted Ethan raised in truth, not shadows. Her folks. They're coming around. But my family, Dad's pushing for joint custody, says a single widower isn't stable. Owen's jaw clenched. Over my dead body, Alex's smile was ghost thin. My hero, but the call came at 2 a.m. Ed Riley, voice quaking. Alex, it's Ethan. Seizure. Ambulance. They raced to Lurie Children's. Owen driving like hell through rain-slicked streets. Alex white-knuckled in passenger. Or again. Ethan thrashing on a gurney. Doc swarming with meds. Monitors screaming. Febrile seizure, a resident barked. Common in kids. But we'll observe. Hours in the waiting room. Alex paced like a caged wolf. Owen anchoring him with coffee runs and quiet holds. Dawn broke as Ethan stabilized. Groggy in a crib bed. Tethered. Ollie? He mumbled, reaching. Right here, bud. Owen climbed in beside him, the rails cold, holding Tiny against his chest. Alex watched, tears silent, and mouthed thank you. Discharge brought home nurses. Alex on leave. Owen remote working from the kitchen table. Spreadsheets blurring as Ethan napped on his lap. Intimacy deepened. Lazy mornings tangled in sheets. Ethan's laughter filling voids. Alex's touches lingering. Grateful. This is it, Alex whispered one night, fingers laced. Our blizzard. Clearing to blue. Owen believed it, almost until the knock at noon, 3 days post-seizure. A courier. Envelope crisp. Summons from family court. Alex's father, Richard Riley, petitioning emergency custody. Grounds. Unfit environment. Recent maternal death. Paternal instability. Exposure to unmarried cohabitation. Owen's blood boiled as Alex read, crumpling the paper. Bastard. Using grief as leverage. We fight, Owen said, pulling him close. Hire the best. I'll testify. But Alex's eyes darkened, old fears resurfacing. You sure? This drags us public. You're bored. The headlines. CEO in gay custody war. Owen cupped his face. Fierce. Let him talk. You're worth it. The hearing loomed. A week out, Judge Harlan presiding, a conservative holdover known for family values rulings. Alex's firm prepped motions. Owen's lawyers looped in pro bono. Evenings turned strategy sessions. Marlene testifying for Alex, Ed neutral but leaning. Yet tension simmered. Alex withdrawing. Nights spent on the couch, claiming headaches. Owen confronted it gentle, over takeout lo mein. Talk to me. This isn't just the case. Alex poked at noodles, gaze distant. What if I lose him? Dad's got resources. The Riley name. I faked normalcy for years. What if that's what courts want? It's bullshit. Owen snapped. Softer. Ethan needs love, not labels. We show that. We, Alex echoed. Vulnerable. Or you bailing when the mud hits? The question stung. Echo of old wounds. Owen stood, pacing. That what you think? After the wreck, the nights, this? Alex surged up, clothes, breath mingling. I think I'm scared you'll see the mess I am and run. Like I did. Owen kissed him then. Hard, claiming, backing him to the counter. No running. Not anymore. Passion flared. Clothes shedding. Bodies joining urgent on the rug. Alex riding him slow. Eyes locked. Whispering sorry and love like litanies. After, curled, Owen traced Alex's spine. Promise me. No more hiding. Promise, Alex breathed. But promises cracked under pressure. The night before court, Richard arrived unannounced, silver fox in Burberry, ice cold as Lake Superior. Owen answered, barring the door. Not a good time. Richard's smile was oil slick. Owen Hargrove. The interloper. Let me in, family matter. Alex appeared, Ethan on hip. Dad. Go. Just talk. Son. Richard stepped in anyway, handing over a check 6 figures. Drop the charade. Marry a nice girl. Give Ethan a mother. This fling? It's poison. Owen bristled, but Alex's face shuddered. Get out. Richard paused at the door, gaze pitying. Think of the boy. Blood over bedmates. Alone. Alex sank to the stairs, check torn in fists. He knows. About us. Owen knelt, gathering pieces. So, we fight harder. But dawn brought fracture. Alex, bags packed, Ethan in arms. I can't, Owen. Not like this. Dad's right, Ethan needs normal. Owen's world tilted, betrayal fresh as the first cut. You're running. Again. For him, Alex choked, tears streaming. I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. The door clicked shut, echo like a gunshot, leaving Owen in the wreckage, alone with ghosts and a blizzard's bitter aftertaste. Owen didn't chase. Not at first. He hurled the torn check shreds into the fire, watching them curl black, then poured a tumbler of scotch, Claire's cab, ironic, and paced the empty brownstone until the walls closed in. Ethan's toys mocked him from corners. A wooden train derailed, blocks spelling home in wobbly letters. The bed upstairs still smelled of them. Sweat and cedar, promise turned ash. By midnight, fury ebbed to ache, and Owen grabbed keys, SUV growling into the night. He found them at a Hyatt in the Loop, Alex's firm's go-to for out-of-towners, the kind with doormen who didn't blink at bloodshot eyes. Owen stormed the lobby, coat flapping, ignoring the concierge's sir, and rode the elevator to the 14th floor, heart pounding like a war drum. Room 1423. He knocked once, hard, the peephole darkening. Alex opened slow, tie askew, face ravaged. Owen, go. Please. No. Owen shouldered in, door slamming. The suite was sterile, king bed untouched, Ethan asleep in a rollaway, clutching his fire truck. You don't get to bolt without a fight. Not twice. Alex backed to the window, city lights fracturing on glass. This is the fight. Protecting him. Dad's got judges in pocket, PIs digging dirt. Your company, scandals could tank stock. Fuck the stock. Owen closed distance, voice low to not wake the kid. You think I care more about shares than this? Than you? Alex's laugh was shattered glass. You should. You're the success story. I'm the fuck-up who dragged you down. Owen grabbed his shirt front, gentle but firm, backing him to the wall. Listen. I pulled your son from a wreck. Held him while you grieved. Loved you. Still do enough to blow up my life. That's not dragging. That's choosing. Tears spilled. Alex's hands fisting Owen's collar. I chose wrong before. Can't again. Ethan's got one shot at normal grandpa's estate, private schools. No headlines screaming gay dad loses custody. Normal. Owen's whisper was venom soft. Hiding who you are? That's the poison your old man's peddling. Alex sagged, forehead to Owen's. What if the judge sides with him? What if I lose everything? Then we appeal. Relocate. Hell, I'll adopt the kid myself. Give you cover. Owen's thumbs brushed tears. But running? That's losing before the bell. Silence stretched, broken only by Ethan's sleepy murmur. Daddy, from the bed. Alex crossed, soothing with a rocked hush, then turned, resolve flickering. One condition. You testify. Full truth, us, the past. No holding back. Owen nodded, steel in his spine. All in, they returned to the brownstone at dawn, Ethan chattering about hotel adventures, oblivious. Days blurred to prep, lawyers drilling timelines, Marlene coaching on Claire's wishes, Owen fielding Mia's worried calls. Boss, the board sniffing. What's the drama? He stonewalled, focus laser on Alex. Nights reaffirming vows in fevered touches. Mornings with Ethan finger painting, family portraits, stick figures hand in hand. Court day dawned brutal. February wind slicing off the lake. Chicago courthouse a granite fortress. They filed in together, Owen in Brioni wool, Alex in his best navy, Ethan with Marlene in the gallery. Judge Harlan 60-ish, bowtie crisp, eyes like flint, banged gavel, room humming with clerks and bailiffs. Richard Riley sat front row, flanked by shark attorneys, his gaze a scalpel on Owen. Proceedings opened procedural. Claire's will read, joint custody to Alex, grandparents advisory. Then Richard's counsel rose, voice oiled silk. Your Honor, my client seeks primary placement. Mr. Riley Sr. offers stability, a married household, legacy resources. The alternative, a grieving widower entangled in questionable relations. Objection from Alex's team, sustained, but the seed planted, whispers rippling. Alex testified first, composed, cracking only on Ethan's laugh. Claire's last words. Be brave. For our boy. Marlene followed, tearful. Alexander's a fine father. Claire adored him. Us. All of it. Then Owen's turn. He strode to the stand, hand steady on the Bible, meeting Harlan's scrutiny. Mr. Hargrove, counsel prompted. Relationship to the minor? Owen's voice rang clear, no tremor. I'm in love with his father. Have been since college. Saved Ethan in the blizzard, not heroics. Just instinct. Because he's family. Gasps from the peanut gallery. Richard's face purpling. Cross-exam dug vicious. So, Mr. Hargrove, this family, adulterous? Disruptive to the child's welfare? No, sir. Owen leaned forward, eyes locked. Love isn't disruptive. Hiding it is. Alex Riley's a devoted dad, reads bedtime stories, packs lunches with notes. Ethan's thriving because of that, not in spite of it. Harlan adjusted glasses, scribbling. And your role, Mr. Hargrove, beyond the rescue, support. Whatever they need. Long term, if they'll have me, partner, co-parent. Stable as the day is long. The gavel cracked recess, tension coiling like springs. Back in the antechamber, Alex gripped Owen's hand, knuckles bloodless. You were magnificent. Truth's easy, Owen murmured, kissing his temple quick, defiant. Reconvene brought Richard's testimony. Booming, paternal, my son needs guidance. This lifestyle, it's a phase, born of loss. Owen's jaw ground, but Alex's lawyer shredded it. Hypocrisy exposed via emails. Richard's pressure on Claire's treatments. His own infidelities unearthed in depots. Closing arguments flew. Stability versus authenticity. Legacy versus love. Harlan recessed overnight. Deep considerations. They waited in purgatory. Dinner at a quiet bistro. Ethan coloring placemats. Alex's foot hooked on Owen's under table. Whatever happens, he said, voice low, I choose you. No more running. Owen squeezed his knee. Damn right. Verdict morning. Courtroom packed. Press sniffing outside. Harlan cleared throat. Glasses perched. Custody to Alexander Riley. Primary. Grandparents' visitation. Supervised initial. Factors. Paternal bond paramount. Child's expressed preference for father. Interventions, counseling recommended. Mr. Hargrove's testimony. Compelling. Court encourages formalizing roles. Gavel fell. Room erupting. Alex sagging in relief. Owen pulling him into a hug that drew flashes from the doors. Richard stormed out. Check undelivered. Legacy cracked. Marlene wept joyful. Ethan oblivious. Demanding ice cream. Celebration was subdued. Pizza at home. Ethan conked early. Alone on the couch. Wine flowing. Alex straddled Owen's lap. Kisses deep and slow. We won. You won, Owen corrected. Hands roaming. I'm just the plus one. Alex grinned, nipping his ear. Plus forever. Marry me? Or whatever gays do, commitment ceremony. Vegas elopement. Owen laughed, flipping them, hovering. Vegas. With Elvis. But first, lovemaking was tender, exploratory, mapping victories in size, promises sealed skin to skin. After Tangled, Alex traced Owen's chest. Claire to prove. Said you were endgame. Owen kissed his brow. She was right, but bliss fractured subtle. A week later, Mia's urgent text, board emergency. Meet now. Owen arrived at Hargrove Tower to frosty execs. Proxy statements on table. Owen, the chair said, grave, investors spooked. That court stunt headlines everywhere. CEO's closet comes out in custody clash. Stock dipped 5 points. Owen's spine stiffened. And, step back. Interim CEO. Or we vote no confidence. Betrayal hit like blizzard wind, his empire, built on grit, turning on his truth. This about numbers or narrow minds? The chair averted eyes. Both. Family firm, Owen. Image matters. He walked out, head high, calling Alex from the garage. They want me gone. Alex's voice steadied. Fuck him. We build new, but doubt seated. Dinner tense. Ethan sensing vibes, clinging extra. Owen tossed sleepless. Alex soothing with touches. But the crack widened. Whispers of maybe sell shares. Step away clean. Climax brewed at the quarterly gala. Hargrove's black tie bash at the Drake. Chandeliers glittering over lake views. Owen attended stag. Alex home with Ethan. Date night promised after. But Richard cornered him by the bar. Scotch in hand. Smile serpentine. Heard about the board. Tough break. Owen's grip tightened on his gin. Pity from you? Save it. Not pity. Opportunity. Richard slid a card, consulting firm. His network. Walk away quiet. I'll smooth investors. Alex gets his life straightened. Owen's laugh was bark. Bribe now? Classy. Pragmatism. Richard leaned in. Voice silk over steel. Or watch your legacy freeze. Think of the boy, stable uncles. Not scandal. Owen pocketed the card. Storming out mid-toast. Gala murmurs chasing. He drove erratic. Rain sheeting windshield. Pulling over on Lakeshore Drive to punch the dash. Knuckles splitting. Legacy. The word choked. His father's dream. Now noose. Alex waded up. Robe loose. Concern etching. What happened? Owen collapsed onto the couch. Head in hands. They want me out. Image. And your dad offered a deal. Quiet exit. You straightened. Alex's face thunder. That son of a... I almost took it. The confession spilled. Venom. For Ethan. For us. Keep the peace. Alex recoiled. Hurt flashing. You'd trade us for stocks? No. Owen surged up. Desperate. I mean, doubt. What if they're right? Dragging you through mud. Endangering the win. Alex's eyes blazed. Grabbing shoulders. Stop. This is the mud they're making. We fought for truth. Don't betray it now. Owen searched his face. The anchor. What if I lose everything? Then we rebuild. Together. Alex kissed him fierce. Grounding. You're my everything. Clarity crashed. Owen nodded. Resolve hardening. Fuck the board. I resign tomorrow. We start fresh, your firm. My consulting gig. Family first. Alex's smile broke. Radiant. Elvis in Vegas? Damn straight. But the night deepened shadows. Ethan woke screaming, nightmare of the wreck. "Mommy gone," Alex soothed, Owen joining the huddle, 3 hearts sinking in the dark. As Ethan drifted, Owen whispered to Alex, "This changes everything." "For the better," Alex murmured, hand over heart. Yet dawn brought the ultimate twist. A knock, courier again, envelope from Marlene. Inside, Claire's letter, unsealed. "Alex, if you're reading this, I'm gone. Forgive yourself. Owen's your North Star, always was. Ethan knows love when he sees it. Let him lead you home. P.S. The trust fund? For your wedding. The real one." Tears fell joint, revelation sweet. "She planned the happy ending," Alex choked. Owen pulled him close, Ethan stirring between. Hours. Spring crept in slow. Chicago shedding its gray husk for tentative green. Lake Michigan thawing to sapphire. Magnolias budding in Grant Park. Owen's resignation hit headlines. Hargrove CEO steps down amid personal pivot. Insider's eye buyout. The board blinked first, offering a golden parachute. But Owen walked with head high. Shares cashed for a nest egg that bought freedom. He hung a shingle, Hargrove Consulting, boutique logistics for nonprofits, nights free for Lego forts and bedtime corduroy reads. Alex's practice boomed, clients drawn to his comeback story. But he cut hours for daddy daycare, trading depositions for duck ponds. Richard faded to holidays, grudging brunches where Ethan charmed grandpa's gruff, blood thawing drop by drop. Marlene became Nana in residence, baking scones and slipping Owen the talk about rings, her wink conspiratorial. Vegas was impulse. Booked mid-May, Ethan parked with her for a weekend. They flew red-eye, jittery as newlyweds, landing in neon blaze. The chapel was kitsch heaven. Elvis crooner in jumpsuit, "Love Me Tender" warbling as they vowed under heart lights. Owen in slim black, Alex in ivory linen, rings simple platinum, engraved after the storm. "I do," Alex said, voice thick, sealing with a kiss that tasted of second chances. Honeymoon stretched to Tahoe, cabin by the lake, pines whispering secrets. Days hiking trails, nights in hot tubs, bodies lazy with rediscovery. "Remember Door County?" Alex murmured one dusk, wineglass dangling, sunset gilding his skin. Owen nuzzled his neck, water lapping. Rain and regrets. This, pure gold. Back home, life wove seamless. Mornings of Ethan's chaos, pancakes airborne, sippy cups toppling. Owen corralling with mock sternness, Alex snapping pics. Afternoons split. Owen zooming clients from the den, Alex drafting briefs at the island, Ethan napping to jazz playlists. Evenings sacred, family walks in Lincoln Park, pushing swings, stealing kisses over ice cream cones. But human cracks lingered, humanizing the mend. Owen's first Father's Day, card from Ethan, macaroni glued, "To my Ollie dad," unraveled him in the garage, tears hot as Alex found him, hugging fierce. "You're his hero." "Mine too." Alex's shadows surfaced too. Anniversaries of Claire's scan, quiet vigils at her grave, Owen holding space with wildflowers and silence. "She'd love this," Alex said once, hand in hand over sod. Messy, real. Ethan bloomed, kindergarten interviews, finger paints of 3 daddies, Claire's portrait starry-eyed guardian. Questions came gentle. "Where's mommy?" Alex fielded honest. Age soft, with the angels, watching. But we're her team here. Owen's empire echo faded. Old colleagues poaching advice gratis. Mia jumping ship to his consultancy. Loyalty thick. Richard's thaw accelerated at a backyard barbecue. Ethan's 6th birthday. Bouncy castle mayhem. When Owen flipped burgers. The elder Riley sidling up with a beer. You did right by him. Buy them. Owen clinked bottles. No gloat. Family's family. Blood or chosen? Richard nodded. Gruff. About that card. Burn it. And the offer stands, internship for the kid. Someday. Progress. Owen thought, watching Ethan tackle Alex in grass. Laughter pealing. Climax revisited in autumn gale. Not blizzard fury, but wind-whipped rain lashing windows. Owen home late from a client dinner. Key turning to find Alex pale on the couch. Ethan asleep upstairs. A letter in lap. Dad's will, he said. Voice hollow. Heart attack last month. Kept it quiet. Left everything split. Half to me, half in trust for Ethan. But condition. Upon reconciliation with family values. Owen sank beside. Reading fine print. Richard's codicil. Post-coming-out thaw. Donating shares to LGBTQ youth shelters. In Alex's name. The old fox. Owen chuckled. Tension easing. His apology. Long game. Alex exhaled. Folding it. Yeah. Changes everything, again. Owen pulled him close. Rain drumming duet. For the better. Always. Winter returned gentle. First snow dusting stoops like confection. They marked the rec anniversary quiet. Hot cocoa by fire. Ethan regaling Ollie's big save tale. Embellished with dragon fire. Owen caught Alex's eye over mugs. Gratitude wordless. Love etched deep. One night, post-bedtime, snow falling soft outside, they slow danced in the kitchen, radio crooning Sinatra, bodies sway close. What now? Alex murmured, cheek to Owen's. Owen spun him gentle, dipping low. Everything. The boring bits, PDA meetings, mortgage refis. The wild cross-country drives. Ethan's first crush drama. Alex laughed, pulling flush. And us? Gray hairs. Bad knees. Us forever. Owen kissed slow, deepening. Blizzard-proof. They made love upstairs. Unhurried sheets tangling. Breaths sinking. Climax a shared wave crashing soft. After. Spooned. Alex traced Owen's knuckles. Thank you. For pulling us out. Owen kissed his shoulder. Voice rumble. Team effort. Years folded like accordions. Ethan thriving, soccer star. Debate whiz. Coming out at 16 with parents' steady hands. Owen's firm grew niche. Consulting for queer startups. Alex clerked federal. Advocating protections. Richard passed gentle. Funeral a bridge. Toasts to the old bastard's redemption. Owen's 60th found them in Door County again. Cabin upgraded. Ethan, now 20-something artist, joining with partner in tow. Rain-pattered tin. Echoes of youth. But now with grandkids' giggles filtering from loft. Alex, Silver Fox handsome, squeezed Owen's hand on the porch. Lake mist rising. Changes everything, he said, echoing the start. Owen grinned, pulling close. And nothing. Still us. In the end, not by tragic, but human tapestry. Loves lost reclaimed, betrayals forged to strength. A family stitched from blizzard threads. Owen Hargrove, once Ice King solitary, thawed to hearth, proof that storms pass, and what blooms after, eternal, unyielding light.